Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing something really fun because we are going to create Kim Possible and Shego from the series Kim Possible. I grew up with this show and I had so much fun watching it. So I thought it would be fun to create it in InZoi. So first we're going to start with Kim, and I struggled with the hair a little bit because I wanted her hair to be like orange, but I wanted it to be like more natural. And when I looked up color codes, it gave me either this pink or this blonde, and I was like, that's not what I want. So you're gonna see me struggle a little bit with the hair and change it over and over again, so don't mind me doing that. I do love this color code feature though, because it really helps me get the right colors for the hair. And then I looked at the eyebrows, and at first I thought she had the same colored eyebrows as her hair, but then I looked at the picture of her, and then I realized that her eyebrows are actually dark, so it's not the same as her hair color. And then I moved on to the eyes, and for the eyes I wanted a green, but once again I wanted like a subtle green, so like not a green that is too much or too unnatural. So once I had achieved the color for the eyes that I wanted, I moved on to the skin color. And for the skin color, I'm kind of understanding what the differences are between all the swatches, because that's also something so not clear sometimes. So then I went on, chose a skin color with a little bit of freckles because I thought that was cute on her. And then I moved on and I started tweaking the face, like the eyes, the nose, the lips, everything, which was not easy because if you look at Kim Possible, she barely has a nose, and her upper lip looks like a mustache, and it looks like, you know, it looks like she doesn't have a full mouth. It's a weird character design. So if you have to make it realistic, you don't have a lot to work with. So that was quite a challenge for me to make her look like recognizable like Kim Possible. But I have to say the clothing does help a lot with it. So then I was doing some makeup and I chose for some blush. I made it like a little bit dark blush. And then for the lips, I went with a lipstick, and that was also not easy because I wanted to enhance the color of the upper lip. As you can see, she has like a darker upper lip. So I thought this lip liner would be good, like the lipstick with the lip liner combo. And then I looked for like a nude color, kind of brownish. So I also gave her some eyeshadow in kind of the same vibe, the same color, to match with each other. And as you can see, then I went back to the hair because I was still not happy with it. So it was kind of a journey from going to this to that and back again. And then eventually I got what I wanted. I was happy with the hair. For the body type, I chose like skinny with abs, like because she's literally a spy and she has to like be flexible and, you know, move around a lot. For the shirt, I couldn't really find what I wanted, so I decided to craft something, and I was looking at the different sleeves, and then I chose to not pick the fully sleeves, but like that you have a little bit of arm showing because that's what she's wearing in the show as well. And of course I made it black because obviously that's her color. And then I went on for the pants, and I almost knew instantly what pants I wanted to go for her. So I went with these cargo pants and I made it like an dark olive green color, which is what she's wearing in the show. The shoes were a bit harder though because I didn't really know what to pick. And at first I had these sneakers, but they had like this kind of leather and I didn't like that, so I just went with the cargo boots. And then I looked at these sunglasses. I thought they were so cool, but she's not wearing them in the show, so I thought like, okay, we can't do that right now, sadly. That's for another time. Then I also gave her some earrings. I wanted to give her a necklace, but you can't show it because you can see it because she's wearing a turtleneck. And then I moved on to the nails, and I struggled with the nails because what do you give her? I had no clue, so I just picked a random design. Eventually I just made them the same colors as her pants, like the dark olive green, and then combined it with the black, and I thought that looked cool together, so that was it. She's also wearing gloves in the show, but we don't have that in InZoi yet, so I just gave her this wristband to wear. And yeah, that's it. That's Kim. I hope you recognize her a little bit. I think I did a pretty good job. And then it was time for Shego. So it was a little bit harder to make Shego, mainly because she's like a villain and I haven't made any villains in InZoi yet, so that was something new. I started with this preset because I thought like she's giving baddie vibes and Shego is a baddie, so I went with that. And then for the eyes, I wanted some green once again, but not the snake green or the bright green. I wanted it to be like neutral, but like also a little bit more bright because she has like superpowers. And for her hair, I didn't really know what to do. I was looking at the same hair that Kim has, but then I was like, ah, girl, that's the same thing. You can't do that. So I went for this hair, and it's actually my go-to hair, like that one that I used for Kim, and then this one are my main two hairs that I've been using for all my Zois. I was gonna say Sims. I'm so used to that. So, and then I was changing how she looked. I changed the eyes a little bit. I wanted to go for like a cat eye vibe. So I think I managed to do that. And for the skin, I did like a fairly light skin because she has like a light green skin apparently. But in some other pictures, I saw that she has like a white skin. Very light skin tone. So I did that, and then for the highlights I just pick whatever looks best. And as you're gonna see that I picked a darker skin at some point, but my screen turned like orange because it filtered the blue light, so I was kind of not seeing what the video is gonna end up looking like. Eventually I changed that as well. And then I wanted to give her some big lips, and I made so the corners of her mouth are like a bit turned down, so she looks really mad and angry because she looks like that in the TV show as well. She's always angry. And then I changed the look of her face a little bit, and then I moved on to the makeup, and I wanted to give her some blush, and I tried to make it like a little bit green at some point, but that didn't turn out very well, so I just went into it like a dark color. I even turned the highlights green at some point, but yeah, that was not really good. That didn't really look good on her skin. It didn't look really natural. So, and then for the eyes, I went with a dark eyeliner, as you can see, with some eyeshadow. And I think I made the eyeshadow green eventually because that's her colors. I also looked at the eyelashes again because I didn't really know what lashes I would give her. But then I went for these full lashes because I thought that was the ones that looked the best. And then after giving her a lipstick, I made the lips a little tiny bit smaller because I noticed that when you put on the lipstick, their lips get really like a lot fuller. And then I was looking for a good black lipstick, but everything that I tried was not giving that black that I needed, except for the ones with the eyeliner. With the lip liner, the same one that Kim has, and I thought that one looked good, so I went for that one. And then I tweaked the face a little bit more, made the nose a bit smaller, a bit shorter. I also gave her a more defined neckline. As you can see, I gave her a really sharp looking face because I feel like that's giving villain, in my opinion. And then for the body, I went with the abs as well, just the same body type as Kim. Then I moved on to the clothing, and I didn't really know what to give her because she's wearing like this really weird suit. Well, suit, I don't know what to call it, outfit. So I tried this jumpsuit, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna craft something. So I went with the crafting. And I gave her this really cool looking top with the sleeves that don't have any shoulders. And at first I gave her like this top with this triangle and this little cutout on the bottom, but then I decided to change it afterwards, so this is not the final thing that I'm going for. And then I was thinking, like, do I make the sleeves green or black? Do I make the shirt green or black? So I was kind of looking what looked best on her, but I thought at first I thought the black was fine and then the green sleeves looked best. So then I moved on to the pants, and I ended up giving her the same pants as Kim is wearing, because honestly there's not really villain type of clothing at the moment. So I was going back to the top because I felt like none of the pants were looking good with the top that I currently had. So I changed the bottom into these two strings that are like in a cross on her stomach. Then I was kind of going for like a pattern like with the AI texture, because I was trying to achieve something similar that Shego is wearing in the show. And to be fair, it was not easy, but when you make the shapes really large, you kind of achieve the vibe that you're going for, I feel like. So I tried the same with the pants at some point, but I thought that was too much. Like, it was not giving baddie, it was giving clown. So eventually I just switched the pants into black and I moved back to the shirt and then played around with the different textures that I made to eventually come on the one that I ended up with, which was this one with a little bit of green and black. That was it. That's how I made Shego. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna put them both next to each other because I think I really cooked with this video, like recreating them. They're both on canvas if you want to download them. So my tag is the same as my YouTube name, it's Pepsi Pooh. So if you want to see more of my videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. And you can always take a look on my channel for some old videos if you want. So see you in the next one. Bye!